Huh? Everything's gonna be okay, okay?
You little
This ain't
drug
no
addict. You.
breakdown. Trust me, we're all gonna be just fine.
Is that all? Screaming Firehawks, what up? I don't know. That sounds like it could be just one faction of a group of people in the belt or in this world, Expanse world in general. But Jordan Peterson, shout out to you for letting me know that's the name. I know you. I think you come from the critters and the Vox Machina reactions, but I appreciate you giving me that knowledge. If you identify with a different faction, let me know the name of your faction. But nonetheless, coming off a great episode, episode 3. Like I said, it was tame. It was a little bit slow, but I didn't mind it. A lot of politically charged things happened in last episode, mainly with Christian, kind of placing points and playing her cards right with what's his name, DeGraff or Franklin, kind of playing him. She did him dirty. I don't know what's gonna happen with him, if he's gonna come back to try and get revenge. I know he's got some love with her or for her because they've got a history. But I don't think he's gonna take this land down. He might try and he said the term, or he made the term, thank you for stabbing me in the chest rather than the back. I'm wondering if he'll come back and try to stab her in the back to get a little bit of revenge, because we're only 3 episodes in and she's messing up and creating more and more enemies, it seems like. So I don't know what's gonna happen with her, not at this point, but probably later down the line. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that. So we got that. We got Holden being interrogated. He made his statement regarding Mars having the attack on the Canterbury. Shout out that video. Everybody's seen it, I think, in series. And then Mars now is trying to get him to recant that statement because they're saying they're not guilty. The last episode was a whole bunch of finger pointing, so I don't know who's to blame. Anderson, he would be my prime suspect because he just seemed fishy. I don't know what his motives are. Obviously he couldn't do it all himself, but the fact that he probably had something to play, or he played into it somehow. That's what I'm thinking right now. I just don't know. So we'll see. We're not going to waste too much time because I want to get into these comments and get into the episode. So we're going to read comments from episode 2 again, because I'm recording this in the same night as the episode 3 reaction. And this time I think we'll start at the top, just to catch up on some of them. Who we got? We got Sia Spyru. You said, new subscriber here. I was drawn in by your enthusiasm with the arcane and Vox Machina, and I really appreciate the care and responsiveness you put into your videos. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying. I try to give you guys some time, and rather than just making a reaction, getting on and off camera. I like to have a discussion with you guys, and communicate with you guys in these videos. And when I can, I get to you guys in the comment section as well. You said, hope to see more of that with the Expanse. You absolutely will. Hopefully you've seen enough of that thus far. You're a new subscriber, so you must be enjoying it. Thank you. By the way, you would definitely like to see, or would definitely like to see, react to a French animated cartoon anime called Wakfu. The lore is a bit of a rabbit hole, featuring races created by a pantheon of gods and other fun fantasy jazz, so I'll try to be succinct. It's a heartwarming, heart-wrenching, cutely toony, but mature fantasy adventure about a boy and his party of friends trying to find his family. Okay, I've never heard of it before, so you'll have to fill me in a little bit more on it. We got a lot of shows we're reacting to already, but that's something that would, or sounds like something that would tickle my fantasy, no pun, my fancy. But maybe that's something I could react to in the background and upload to the Patreon first and see if you guys like it on there. We got Mark. What did you say? You said at the beginning of the episode it wasn't a concussion from the explosion of the Canterbury. I think I was asking about whether the impact, because they got damaged a little bit, or the ship got damaged, so I think that's what you're addressing, from the explosion of the Canterbury that caught up with the Knight. Okay, that's the name of the ship, the Knight. That's the name of the shuttle. It was the debris from the ship. Since there's no atmosphere in space, there would be a little shock wave, okay, from the blast. The explosives themselves would produce some, but not nearly as much if there was an atmosphere. Got it. but the can was blown to bits, and those bits are mostly metal, so they did a job on the night when they hit it. Makes sense. And I love that already they're setting the tone as far as, even though we're way in the future and we're seeing a lot of technology that isn't possible yet, or hasn't been created or even thought of, except for in the show technically. I like that they're keeping things so realistic in that aspect. I love it about the show. The boost or the boot shaped pin on Alex's hat is probably because he's a bit of a cowboy. Okay. So no real meaning. It is explained in the books that when Mars was colonized, lots of people, many of Middle Eastern and West Asian cultures came to work there. Okay. But there was also, so me assuming people were going to be a little bit more tan there, somewhat accurate. Not really though, based on who we saw on that ship. Came there to work. There was also a small contingent of Texans who brought their cowboy culture with them. The book goes on to say that after not too long, many of the Martians started to speak with a southern drawl and began to adopt the cowboy culture. Okay, got it. Thank you. Like I say all the time, thank you for the knowledge. I appreciate it. Like I assume most of you have seen this series all the way through already. So you know what hasn't or has and hasn't been explained or carried over from the book. So I like that you guys fill me in on that stuff that was elaborated on a little bit more in the books and gives me more understanding for the show. Thank you. Cole Drake, you said the water wasn't on a ship, or the water wasn't on a ship, it was on the space station. Got it. The water for like the grass and stuff that they were the wastewater you're talking about. They get the gravity from spinning, so the water moves to the sides as the ground is spinning. Got it. Perfect. Thank you for elaborating on that. Cole Drake, again, you said you had one misunderstanding. They were sending the prisoner to. Oh, okay. So this was the Belter who they had in the water tank, where the UN has a base. Okay. I was thinking of Savadir just looks different. So I'm wondering maybe if this other base for the UN on the moon is where he's originally from. Maybe I'm wrong in thinking that. He just looks different. It sounds messed up to say, but he looks more pale. And I don't know if that's on purpose or if that's just the character design or the tint of the show itself, because it does have kind of like a blue tint. I don't know. For further investigation, it was basically to help him, as the moon has not as much gravity as Earth does. He killed himself so they can't ask him any more questions. Got it. So it wasn't just because he was afraid of what would happen to him in terms of torture. He just didn't want to give up any more info. Okay, got it. New Aeon Warlord. You said the Belter smuggler was sent to Luna. Okay, just like Drake just said. By Christian and killed himself on the way there, so they can't get him to talk. Got it. One really cool thing in this show is that none of the characters are just straight and clear archetypes, which I like. One of you in the last comment section that I read mentioned that about Amos. And the fact that Jeffrey Moy, I think it was you who said he's basically a sociopath. And I like that all of these characters have their separate depths. And I guess that makes sense. Everybody would have their own personality. But this early on in the show, for all that to be developed, I really appreciate. They are all actually really well written. For example, it's easy to mistake Amos for the stereotypical big guy, tough guy, but there is actually a lot more to him, as you will find out over time. I'm looking forward to it. The same is true for everyone else in the show. You won't find any just 100% black or white characters here. The OPA is the Outer Planet Alliance, which is a loose organization split into different factions. Okay, so there are different factions. Got it. And of course, also has people. So at the beginning of the video, I said the Screaming Firehawks. I feel like that's one faction. I don't know who. Maybe that's just the group that was on the night ship. Maybe that's their name. I just kind of related to like Harry Potter, how they have the different schools and classes and factions, like Gryffindor and Slytherin, stuff like that. That's what made me think of that. Openly They are perceived by different people as anything from freedom fighters to terrorists. The tattoos around a lot of Belters' necks are symbol that shows solidarity to the earlier Belters who had to work out there in really harsh and bad conditions and had to wear old spacesuits which had locks for the helmets that would scratch and scar their necks around that are. Younger belters have not experienced this, but wear those scars as stylized tattoos as a sign of solidarity. You will see older belters who have, oh, yes, 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 yes. Because I was thinking, I was just going to ask as I was reading your comment. I think I saw Anders, and I want to say Anders because I've been watching Vox Machina, but Anderson. I didn't see tattoos on his neck. He had a high collar, but it looked like behind it he may have just had scars. So I was wondering if there's maybe people from the old school of thought who just keep their scars to remember what they've been through as a people, and they're just old school, stuck in their ways, and they use it to remember what they've been through, and so they don't lose sight of what they're trying to accomplish through all the struggles they're going through now. So thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate it. Salvadir or Sadavir, Aaron Wright, is basically Christian's direct superior as second in command in the UN. Okay, so who's first in command? I don't think we've seen him yet, or her. The only one ranked higher than him is the UN Secretary General, which wasn't introduced yet. Got it. You got it right that the lady Havlik was visiting with his cactus was the same prostitute they were questioning about the death that occurred at the brothel she works. Got it. Notice how he gave her the cactus like someone nowadays would bring a flower. I didn't pick up on that, but good catch. I'm still trying to feel out the relationship. I don't know what's going to happen with Havlik, but I don't know if there's more of they seem like they're really close, rather than just her being his tutor or kind of showing him the way. They seem to have real love or just sleeping together. We'll have to see how that plays out and what more is behind them. Chris M., you said Miller's job is off the books as it's a request from a major Star Helix shareholder and not official police business. Got it. In theory, Miller could refuse it, but A, he's getting paid extra. He gets like a bonus or something, right? B, if he refused, his boss could manage him into resigning by giving him all the rubbish assignments. If he refused, that would be messed up, but I could definitely see it happen, especially what we've seen of her so far. She definitely seems like she would play that card found an excuse to fire him. The music by Clinton Shorter is fantastic. He also did the soundtrack for the movie District 9. I haven't seen District 9. I remember wanting to see it. I don't know why I never got around to it, but I've heard it's good. I just never watched it. Growing plants are used to generate oxygen, but I'm not sure if the grass is very different and if it's mostly for aesthetics. At an older sci-fi show that laid the groundwork, are you gonna say Firefly? Groundwork in the U.S. for long-running story arcs like GOT and The Expanse that's worth a watch is Babylon 5. Never heard of that, so I have to keep that in mind. Put that on the list. Wrong one. Thank you for that. What was your Chris M? Appreciate you, Appreciate you, bro. Rodney Sanan, you said the music in this show is spectacular. You ain't lying. It seems like you all agree with that as well, and not only the music but the sound design in general. Dietrix42, you said this show is a master of the cliffhanger. 95% of the episodes will leave you hanging when you least expect it. I believe it because I guess that's the sign of a good show. Every good show is gonna do that, but I hate him. I never expect him. And the last episode was no different with him hanging from the wall and shank through the chest. I don't know what's going to happen. Thank you, Dietrich. Alexander Pauly, you said about the sounds. Of course, you can hear the sounds from inside your helmet. Facts. did I question the sounds in the helmet? I don't know, but yeah, I was questioning sound in space in general. Another thing are the sounds of explosions and thrusters. Some argue it would not be scientifically accurate, which I don't mind. It doesn't have to be 100%. It adds to the investment in the show and my enjoyment of the show, just hearing things. You wouldn't want a show to be 100% silent, so I get it if it's not 100% accurate. Thrusters, some argue that, but it is not only a stylistic choice. They tried it, in fact, without sounds in space at all, and it would have been a shitty way to exactly present it. The viewers are used to hearing things, and the things have a sound in itself. When you are on a ship, you hear the thrusters, for example. The thing is, when the audience sees a scene where the virtual camera is in space, it is not part of a story to pretend there is one guy in space who hears through the vacuum. To look from this perspective would be the first thing not to be right, because no one is there. It is the narrator's perspective, and so is the sound. They decided to tell us the sound, not to tell us there is sound in the vacuum, like they tell us what to see from an angle where no one is watching except the audience. So it is not accurate to give sound to things in space. It is just a decision how to tell a story and its details. It would be inaccurate if some of the characters could hear that sound in space too, like someone in a vac suit alone in space who hears a ship or something else coming from behind. But this is never the case in The Expanse. For all of the other characters, sound in space is not existing except if there is a physical contact and sound transfers per vibration. Got it. You will see all of this happen in the show, but never that someone turns his head because of the sound of nearing TIE fighter. Got it. TIE fighter. I like that reference. Yeah, so I was wondering, I figured that would be the case. So like you said, most of it's just stylistic for the viewer's experience. And I'm completely fine with that. I just questioned it in the moment. So I do like that. Rodent Nolisnami. I butchered that. I know. I don't know. Nalist the name. I don't know. The belter was put in a neutral buoyancy tank, which can stimulate 0G in real life. Yep, NASA. One of you told me that NASA uses that for preparation to go into space. Uses a giant swimming pool to train astronauts for 0G work. Got it. Let's like that one. You had one more. You had a few more. Let's get Matthew T. You have an excellent eye for detail and skill at making connections. Those will definitely pay off. Great reaction. I appreciate it, Matthew. I usually do. Last episode, I feel like I missed a lot, so you guys will have to fill me in, or I'm sure at this point you already have, which I appreciate. So hopefully it continues in this episode. We'll see. Actually, let's get one more of Rodent's comments. The belter tattoos. OPA stands for the insult. Let's read this one. That looks like something hasn't been covered. The insult, Wella, is explained as meaning traitor to your people. Okay, Wella, but is more accurately translated as gravity well lover. Or planet centric. Okay. Most belters live their lives in 0G or defloat or on defloat, or floating in 0G for most of their lives. So much so that they can't even live on planets or more. Okay, got it. Thank you. I appreciate you filling me in on that, Rodent. While I'm gonna have to remember that. And there's a couple of belter terms that you guys have used in the comment section that I don't fully remember, but I know I'll hear them again in the series, and you guys will probably like. There's a greeting one that you guys have used, but I don't know. We'll close out these comments here and get into this next episode. But yeah, that's it for comments for this section. We'll get into more for episode 5 because we're already 20 minutes in, so I want to get into this episode. What's the name of this one? We got episode 4, CQB. Let's get it. Who is this? This the guy we saw? He was looking at his dating profile or social media profile. I don't know exactly what they use. I can't tell. Was that a tattoo? Or was that just a mark for incision? Are they freezing them?
Even better on Mars. You know what it is on Ceres? 68. And with the recent unpleasantness, that average is only going down.
Why do you look at him like that?
Nothing. I'm sure you're younger than you look.
Oh, the way he's dressing.
I'd like to know what the hell Holden is discussing with the captain right now.
For all we know, he could be working out a deal.
Nah, he ain't you,
For
shit.
himself.
The only thing I see here is an incoming ship.
I don't know. I like most of these people, but I just don't trust. I don't trust Shed. I feel like he gonna flip as soon as he get the opportunity.
She is the best liar amongst all of you by far. And she is hiding something.
I feel like everybody's hiding something, to be honest. Everybody got their secrets.
Some people are calling it an act of war. You need to recant.
Blame Nagata. True or not, it will change the narrative until cooler heads prevail and figure out what really happened.
I kind of trust him at this point.
Maybe someone wants a war. I don't know. But if you really do want to stop it, then let us go.
I don't know if I'm placing my trust in the right place, but right now I don't have any reason to not believe them. They seem like good people. I trust them more than Christian, to be honest. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is that a ship? What the hell is that? At first it kind of just looked like an asteroid. Oh, that looked like what took a shot at the Canterbury. I don't know if they all fired or all these ships fired the same type of missiles, but that looked like what took it out.
Maybe we should get strapped in.
Oh wait, were those torpedoes coming from this ship? The Doniger, or was that coming from what's coming towards them? I'm not sure. No, that was coming from... Okay, it looks like all their missiles might look the same.
Whoever they are, whatever they've come to do, it's just become a suicide mission.
I don't know.
They started this fight.
Whatever they are, I still got to keep an eye out for these pirates that they mentioned. I feel like that might just be another faction of the belt. I'm not sure though.
They took our people hostage. We have to get a ship there.
The Orinoco's en route at best possible speed, but they're still 2 days out.
It'll all be over by then.
That's interesting. She referred to the shipsmen of the night as her people.
You look nervous.
Get that way when missiles are flying at me.
Don't worry. It's nothing our guns can't handle.
I like more realism. I like that it's taking time for the missiles to reach the ship too. I feel like in movies, Star Wars and stuff like that, it's instant impact in space as soon as they fire them. But I like that little detail, and it makes sense that they can't just move out or dodge out of the way. That's a big ship. This little swaggy kid with his moccasins on. I wonder if we're gonna see this kid grow up to be something with 6 seasons.
Come in and play.
I'll come and put you to bed.
You're no fun.
Damn. I forgot that same badass little kid that threw that water balloon. I don't think so, but what she just saw in the sky, that's not these missiles being fired. I don't think there's any way she could see it from there.
Open water all the way to the horizon. Told me that someday we would make Mars just like that. And the idea of an ocean seems impossible to imagine.
I love that concept, or just the thought of that being portrayed in shows like Truman Show is one of my favorite movies. So the way he just explained that really resonated. I like that.
The only thing birthers care about is government handouts. Free food, free water, free drugs, so that you can forget the aimless lives you lead.
Man, you giving us a bad rap. You don't like free?
Sir.
Uh-oh, why is she getting worried now?
Get in the chair.
Uh-oh, she was all confident a minute ago.
I'm engaged. Lady Caesar, go.
Oh no, she's still confident. Okay. Damn, they got turrets. I thought we was just playing with missiles here.
Splash one.
Damn. Okay.
Wanna go?
These shit, they just showing dominance. I guess they really not gonna get a challenge here.
Impact on main reactor housing.
Captain, enemy ships are now inside guided missile range.
Oh, I spoke too soon. Here come that challenge. Oh, don't cut away, damn it. Oh, he's just bringing back the graffiti. Damn. Ooh, Okay, so he got a little bit of a following now. Or I don't know if he was like, maybe that was something they washed off and he uncovered it. Or maybe that's just the way they do graffiti. What the hell are they watching?
Puts me at 29 days, 7 hours, and 13 minutes of Buddha unpowered freelance.
What is this, like a live stream? Y'all on Twitch? Damn.
Hey, assholes. Busy Batico's dead.
What'd he say?
He ain't dead yet, Cobain. He be out there. That busy Batico.
Once the weed's done.
Ooh, okay, this is the guy the dead guy that kicked off the episode. Damn. Okay, so this is who he was. The hell? What's he flying towards? Like the sun? Obviously he didn't. Wait, he flew into what? Who the hell was the guy they were gonna use as fertilizer? Wait, what?
Everything is proceeding on schedule and on budget, which I'm sure you're pleased to hear.
Mr. Johnson, the letter.
Oh, my guy from The Wire. I didn't know he was in this.
You should be replaced as head of operations for the project.
Oh, damn, you already about to lose your job. Oh, he stopped that shit. He's like, do it yourself then.
You're gonna have a very difficult time retaining the most skilled belters for your project. I mean the ones who build for reliability.
Yeah, throw your weight around that job security.
Best and brightest Mormons on a 100-year voyage to a new world around a new sun. Who knows what tragic malfunctions might occur along the way. So, what you have in mind?
You better start rethinking.
We're still weighing our options. For now, please.
That little smirk, I like it. If it isn't obvious already, I'm rooting for the Belters, the good ones at least. Just because I like the underdogs and they seem like the best people out of the two groups. But right now, Earth is looking like the worst, to be honest. So Mars is second on the totem pole for me as far as likability. Damn. Okay, so the Donegal ain't playing.
They've got rail guns too. Never seen them on ships this size.
I was about to say, those are some powerful weapons for ships that small.
That means we're at CQB.
What the hell is CQB?
Close quarter battle.
Who would be insane enough to take on the Donager and CQB?
Are these small ships just a distraction for a bigger one coming?
I want IDs. We need to know their capabilities.
I'm sorry, sir.
Oh, you should have known that a long time ago.
Or UN records.
Isolate each vessel. I want detailed imagery and drive signatures on every one of them.
I love the design. Oh, he knows it.
I've seen a ship like that before.
When he was with the Naval Force, or maybe from Phoebe, the research station. Have they gained some power?
Guys.
Uh oh.
Oh, this ain't good at all.
Yeah, don't look good.
Man, this is not supposed to be happening. No.
Okay.
No.
Hey.
Damn, he flipping out like Shed was.
Huh? Everything's gonna be okay?
You little drug addict, you.
Trust me, we're all gonna be just fine.
Is that? Oh damn! Was that a veggie straw? What the hell was that? Oh my god! Oh no! What the fuck?
We need to plug the holes.
Am I the only one who's... I guess their life is at risk right now, but am I the only one who's gonna react like somebody just got decapitated? What? Oh my god. He is not about to kill himself. What is he about to do? What is he doing? I feel like she should just get sucked straight through that hole. Maybe not, but... Oh, it's just like a hot glue gun? Or solder? Hot glue. Okay. Ooh, and the suction from the outside looks like it's sucking it in to create a better seal. Nice throw. Y'all must have done this before. Nice. I like the little heel click. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Damn. I shouldn't be laughing. Somebody just got killed. Oh my god, that effect looks so good though. Oh my god. I wasn't, oh my god, I wasn't expecting that.
Man down, medics to CIC.
Man down, you have no clue. Damn, wait, I thought that looks like it's all just shrapnel, but are there still only 6 of the ships? Oh my god.
The ships you're fighting are just like the ones that blew up the Canterbury. Whoever's responsible for this is trying to blame Mars for everything.
Okay, I still don't think we're gonna get any answers here, but damn. I know I said I was suspecting Anderson. I don't know who the hell to expect is behind this, but Phoebe raises questions too because I know they're not technically allowed to be there. So Phoebe just seems like a place that's been left by its own as a non-threat, but it's possible they could have their own motives and they've been growing and building up their artillery behind the scene, and this could be them. I may be reaching again, but I don't know.
There's enough here to take one of us out, which will slow down their breathing and cut down our oxygen use. Maybe buy us a little more extra time.
The biggest one, Amos, he's taking up the most oxygen.
He's an earther. He uses the most air. He should do it. I can
Well,
carry
and he's
you.
the
You
biggest
can't carry
one.
me. I want to wake up.
Should probably strap him. Okay, I was about to say, just don't let him float.
I want to say thank you. You know, for helping me all those times you did.
Bro, y'all got 20 minutes worth of oxygen. You don't need to be talking right now.
Didn't even get to say goodbye.
Too.
It doesn't matter.
So there, I know they have a history together, but he's still learning stuff about her too. Oh my god, I can't believe that we already lost one of the crew. Shit.
I'd be happy to let you go. I heard you and your friends are responsible for Phoebe. I know nothing about Phoebe. Why don't you just ask him?
What the hell happened to or in Phoebe? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what the hell is this?
Get back and stay back and stay down.
Is it a person? Is it a machine? We got T2s? Oh no, it's a person. Damn, how many of them are there? Yeah, you need to get going.
Hold it, stop.
Bitch, shoot at the enemy. What are you doing? Who is this?
Recognize this guy?
Yeah, the stiff you found in the square. Heard it was
It's not him though.
It's not him. You see, every time I sample the guy, I get a different ID comes up with a face.
Who is this? Tom from MySpace?
Can you help me ID him?
No, you have a partner for this kind of stuff.
No, I tried Havelock. He doesn't want to be.
How would you find his identity? Dental work?
The same from time to time.
Did he take prints or anything, or did he just scan his, find him by his face, like a facial scan?
Spinal stabilizer, pancreatic pump, run of the mill. For the sedentary.
Find where it was implanted,
Got a memory crypt in his
and
cap.
get his identity that way.
Let's take it out.
I got the corner.
No.
What the hell, Miller? You were overstepping your bounds. Oh, that's a big ass needle. Oh, what the hell? Ugh. What was that? What his blood like congealed, or was that a nerve?
Damn it. Well, it's not like I'm hurting the guy.
You are not supposed to be. You do not. Oh my God! I'm just imagining him like waking up and feeling this.
Content's encrypted, obviously. But judging by the file names, these are government records. Customs documents, corporate R&D. This guy was a data broker.
So him getting killed in the riot wasn't just an accident, huh?
Have luck.
Shit, I almost forgot about Havlik. So much happened in this episode already. I completely forgot he hanging from a wall somewhere.
Whatever and whoever, but when you come up for air, I'm gonna need you to cover for
Oh
me
damn.
with Shadid, okay? I
Oh
can't
damn.
give you any details, but just
Oh damn. He might be dead. But she ain't robbing him, is she? They're just looking for his ID. Oh shit! Fuck! Why did that scare me? My headphones are too loud. You guys probably heard that in the mic. These damn jump scares. Wrecked. All of y'all. There's got to be at least one person left. Which side does he stand for? Damn, why all the Martians got their helmets off though? Those look like some. They got mesh on their helmet. Oh my god! Sorry for yelling in your ear. I wasn't expecting that again. Was that about to grow back?
His weapon is keyed to his armor. He couldn't have fired it. You're welcome.
Mole's dead.
That's crazy because I was just about to ask that. I saw like the mesh on the helmet and I was wondering if it terraforms or like comes and goes or disappears at their will. That seems to be like what the suit did around his arm just to like protect the body itself. So maybe their body itself doesn't regenerate, but the suit does, just in case it gets like punctured or torn, just to protect them.
We're Marines. We've sworn to die for each other if we have to.
You
barely know those other people.
Their suits are dope.
I'll make you a deal.
God damn, Holden. What are you doing?
Oh shit.
Huh. That's blowing my mind that all he has to say is all shit. He just saw a decapitated head of one of his shipmates' friends, and that's all he has to say. What has he seen in his past? Are we gonna get any flashbacks?
Come on, buddy. You gotta suit up.
Okay. He's had his little moments where he's shown that he's actually a pretty good guy. Amos, that is.
Because of it, can't you at least tell me what the hell happened there?
Yeah, or what it is. I know it's research, but
Everyone on board was dead. Their bodies were incinerated. We found them refrozen to the walls of the ice tunnels. We thought it was a fire or a chemical spill, but then we discovered that all the computer cores were destroyed.
You mean someone did it deliberately?
it sounds like it.
Covering something up.
Like what?
I don't know.
Well, they're responsible for research, so they must have found something out. Yeah, Phoebe sound like they done came up, they done glowed up a little bit.
She's gonna scuttle the ship.
What is that, self-destruct? I take it there's some important information on the ship that they don't want this enemy to find, or Oh, this is starting to remind me of the Titanic. The ship's going down.
Ready?
Go!
Oh, hell no. Ain't no damn way. Oh, no. He'll be good. Ain't nobody else dying this episode. At least not Amos, I don't think. No, y'all told me we gonna learn more about his character, so he definitely ain't dying. Okay, that's 2. 3 more. You couldn't give them guns or something? Damn. Shit. I figured he wasn't gonna make it. I know I said no more deaths, but I don't really care about him. Hey. Nice. Nice little maneuver. He gonna kick her? Oh, nice. And that should pull him, right? Huh. Oh, he just kicked her to get back to the ground. Okay. I thought he was trying to kick her into the door, and then it would pull him in as well. I feel like that would have worked too, but Well, he did work, so. What the hell? I thought he was dead. I wonder how much damage those bullets do. I take it it's more like a laser. Holden. Or Naomi, she's the smart one. She. Damn. I was wrong on all fronts. I guess he is the navigator. Or the pilot.
Authorized full operational control.
But is he...
For everyone now on board.
Is he feeling well enough to be able to do this? I guess he's got no choice, but...
I don't think I'm in any position. You got it.
Ooh. Now, was that juice because they're about to increase speed a lot, protect themselves from the G-force, or was that just to give them like an adrenaline rush? That's a dope looking ship, though. I ain't gonna lie. Damn, Alex, come on. Nice. Zoom out of there. Zoom out of there.
Evasive maneuvers. Max burn. Do not let anyone stay on our tail.
Max burn.
Got it, Hoss.
Does every... Hoss.
Yes, sir.
Does everybody have the ability to inject themselves with the juice? Yeah, they all got it on the back of their chair. Okay.
To see an ocean on Mars.
I don't know that he gonna make the full trip, to be honest.
I didn't think we could lose.
Damn, that was apparent based on your confidence in the early part of the episode. Oh yeah, they're about to self-destruct. Damn. Is that gonna suck them back at all, or are they far enough away?
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Son of a bitch.
You doing it. Keep doing it. Don't stop. Damn, he passed. Oh my God. Oh, that was a great episode. I wasn't expecting it to end right there. That was abrupt. All right, but I'm gonna watch these credits. We'll come back and discuss the episode in a minute. Okay, that was an excellent episode. Number 4. I got a thing for the number 4, and I always enjoy these episodes regardless. And a lot of times it's the best one of the season. But like you guys said, you promised me that this show, even though I've liked it all the way up to this point, you told me that it's gonna ramp up even more and more for this season and leading. You said this is the weakest season, so. The fact that it amped up this much already in this episode, I'm excited for what's to come. You guys are going to have to tell me, because right now I'm at the point where I feel like I trust everybody in this show because they're making valid points and they seem genuine in what they're saying. But I feel like I trust everybody except for Christian and these Mormon elders. You guys are going to have to let me know if you guys felt the same way, or if you were completely suspicious of another group or another person. You're going to have to tell me. We didn't see Anderson at all in this episode. I guess he's another one I could add to the list, but we'll have to see how that plays out. But so much happened in this episode, and I completely forgot about Havlik until the end of this episode, to be honest. So what did we get? We got Miller doing his thing. He's still detecting. He found out that apparently this whoever this person was with the modulation chip in his calf or whatever, he was stealing the identity of another person, whoever that was on the screen that was flying in, or the real busy I think his name, Batiki or something like that. He flew, he was like flying into the sun or something like that, but he was dead. Both these people are dead. He stole his identity, so we're trying to figure out exactly who this person lying on the table is. He'd have to be, I don't know if he could be like a crook from the belt that just had access to this. That seems like some high-tech stuff. I feel like possibly came from a different planet. Maybe he's OPA. I don't know. But he had tattooed, but I didn't see any OPA like neck tattoos or scars around the neck, or so I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. We got Holden on the ship with the Martians. Like I said, I trust Holden at this point, even though he's made some bad decisions. He seems really genuine, and I like his character. He was able to kind of broker a relationship with the Martians in this short period of time and gain their trust. So that seems like a pretty useful skill that we'll see going forward. Him as the XO, the captain, whatever you want to call him at this point. I enjoyed his role he played in this episode. Alex, I'm still he's Shed was wearing me because he was so emotionally unstable, and we lost him in this episode that quickly. That blew my mind. I wasn't expecting it. But the next in line would be Alex. I'm not sure if we can lose characters that fast. I don't know how long Alex will last. If I had to guess out of the crew who would die next, it would be him. Holden would be the last one to die for me because he's obviously the leader, the main character. But Naomi is at the top too because she's so resourceful and she seems to be really smart. And what's his name? Lopez, the Martian captain, he said that she was hiding something. So obviously he realized she was lying about something in that interrogation. We don't know exactly what it is. But I'm looking forward to seeing what exactly that is as we go forward. What was the captain's name? The lady, Teresa. She seemed she was really competent at the beginning of this episode. I have no clue where these ships are coming from. I know I said Phoebe a couple times, but I just don't know. And the guard at the end of the episode said we're all dead soon. So they're scared of a higher power. I just have no clue what it is. There's so much being thrown at me. I don't even think I can theorize at this point of what it is. And I still have to remember in the back of my mind that that first episode we had Julie. We're still looking for her and that little arcane blue magic ball in the ship, which is reminiscent of the blue light in their helmet. I don't know if there's any connection there, but just something that I just kind of struck a chord in my head. I'm curious exactly what that is. That could be part of some research, maybe experiment gone wrong. I don't know how that would have ended up on the Scopuli, but I guess we'll see. I'm just cycling through this timeline to see exactly what I missed. And again, with Lopez, I liked his character a lot, but I don't know if he died in that scene where he whispered over to Holden that it would have been nice to see the ocean on Mars, which was a nice little line. So I'm assuming he's kind of accepted his fate. He and Holden passed out. Holden's gonna be good, but I don't know if he'll make it. He took considerable amount of damage, so I just don't know. Miller's still investigating with this chip, the Mormons, the elders. I don't know exactly what to think of them. He came in with his black suit, all high and mighty. And another thing, even though I trust the Martians, the way Lopez, and the fact that I like his character, the way that he was talking about Earth, he said they're doomed because they're greedy, they're selfish, they only want free stuff. And I'm paraphrasing, of course, but the way he was talking about him, they seem real like elitist type. So that's kind of something that rubs me the wrong way when it comes to their world, their race. But at the same time, I still trust them because they seem genuine in wanting to further the evolution of Mars and make it a better place. It just makes me feel that Earth is even worse than what they've been painting out to be, which kind of furthers my suspicion of Christian as well. We saw one of the Belters spray paint or graffiti holding onto a wall. So he's got some support. I don't know. He's going to be some type of symbol going forward unless he recants his statement about Mars taking out the Canterbury. We'll still have to see how that plays out. We really didn't get too much politics. Well, at least with like the UN and Earth. We didn't get much of Julie in this episode. The Mormons, they were talking about firing the guy. What's his name? Let me see if I can find him. Oh, there he is. Frederick Lucius is his name. and the Mormon was kind of giving him a speech of looking for new help, and which seems kind of messed up. I don't know if he's just gained too much power, so they're trying to get these Mormons have popped up in the last couple of episodes, and I'm suspicious of them a little bit, especially now these elders with him being in the black suit, wanting to fire him. And bring probably in someone that he could control a little bit more, so to speak. I don't know what his possible motives are. Oh my God, I'm just cycling through the timeline and seeing his head missing is blowing my mind again. They keep bringing up Phoebe, asking what happened at Phoebe. I know in the interrogation they mentioned it. He was going through the timeline of go to Saturn, get water, and back to Earth, and repeating. And in one of those segments, he said in the middle he put "stop at Phoebe." So I'm wondering what exactly happened at that moment and what's that about. Well, it seems like that'll play out in the next episode. I don't know. Alex took one for the team a little bit and putting himself out to limit the oxygen consumption. I kind of like the dynamic of the ship when it was going down and them keeping like a close up on Teresa and her having to make that final call, that final decision to blow up the ship. I take it was they're all about saving Mars and bettering it. Like I said, that's their main purpose. And she knew that she had to not only protect herself, but also I'm assuming there was some seriously vital information on Mars that could have been leaked if they wouldn't have destroyed the ship. So she made that decision, and the link, I just say, I mentioned the Truman Show, but also the links to, or the similarities between this and the Titanic going down with the captain on the Titanic. I like that. I enjoyed it. It adds like cinematic value to the show. And for a sci-fi show like this, I think that's incredibly valuable, and I like that about it. It's blowing my mind, no pun intended, that they really didn't have, they just had to think on their feet, but they didn't have much of a reaction to Shed getting decapitated, which was crazy to me. But oh man, this episode was kind of crazy. Again, back to Miller investigating this body. I'm sure we're gonna figure out the identity of this guy that was going into that they have in their possession. I'm just wondering where he could have came from. There's a bunch of different plays. OPA. He could be an agent Earth. He could be an agent Mars. He could be an agent Phoebe. I guess he could be like an agent. What else? What else is there? I don't know. There's a lot I'm still trying to take in. You guys are helping me immensely by giving me info in the comments and all that stuff, so I appreciate it once again. The suit with wherever these people are from, the mesh suit that kind of enveloped his arm when it got damaged. That's an interesting tech. I don't know exactly what that is. But it's definitely something special. I don't know if it does something to the body or if it just protects the human inside it, just as a safety precaution or mechanism. So I'm looking forward to getting more about that. And he seemed to, I wonder if it has like some bulletproof qualities, because he took a shot to the body. And you saw the blood come out, so he definitely got hit with it and got damaged, but he was still alive. I would have thought a shot that close range would have took him out instantly. I wonder if it protected him at all when that shot was fired off. So we had that. Amos carrying Alex, showing his good side once again. He flips the switch at a drop of a hat, but I like it. The anti-gravity or the 0G, when they go floating, just the look of it, the aesthetic of it, I enjoy seeing that every time they show it. I don't know. The ship's gone. This was a hell of an episode. I enjoyed it. I feel like I have no theories because this episode kind of blew me away, blew my mind a little bit, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. This is my favorite episode by far. This whole series up to this point, I'd say episode 1 through 3 were each of them were probably 9 maybe out of 10. This one was a 10 for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it, so I'm looking forward to getting into episode 5, but I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, join the coalition, join the family down in the comment section, interact with the people in the comment section already down there. But other than that, I guess I just say I'll catch you in the next one. Check out my other reactions. We're going to be reacting to the season finale of Vox Machina soon, and some more Arcane cinematics. So I appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Deuces.